Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith and Smith in the Black Channel here at Ticker Talker, and if it's Tuesday, it's a Strat Attack show where we hop in the urban assault vehicle and take a look at what's going on. Well, not much. We're starting off a new month here, and we spy monthly here, like so. You see the inside month doji, right? That's a problem, right? Because we're in the second week and not going anywhere. So we can expect the back and forth movement. If you go to the weekly, still an inside week. All right, coming into a Wednesday, that's another problem. So if we could break this, maybe we could talk. If you can get above this, 390.92, but otherwise you got the chop shop back and forth, and you can see this to start the week, a little up and then down and then a little up, and it's back and forth. So follow through going to be a little tough to come by. If we go to QQQ, in QQQ, remember the monthly, we got our 2-2 break last week, and that was great. That was fantastic. The problem was it just dried up. So now, what you're going to see here, the 2 up, the 2 down. But the target was to take this out and hopefully that, right? Which it did, right? So that's your upper level broadening formation, higher high, lower low. Now it's coming back into the middle of it. So we would like to re-break this, 310.88. Right? That would be nice if we can re-break that. Then we may get these things moving, right? And then on the weekly, how are you not going to be an inside week, right? There's a lot of inside weeks because of this, and as I said in the weekend, if we start to recover a bit, you're going to have a lot of inside weeks. Now, we got plenty of week left, but you can see that's something that we're dealing with here, is that, so you got that monthly broadening formation now coming back into it, inside week for Qs, so a little difficult on that. If you go to the Dow Jones Diamonds goes into the high, and that's what you expect when it does this. Outside bar, pokes down, boom, 322, takes care of business, and then it fades. And so here you're going to see this daily, now almost an inside day, and then coming back in. So, you know, it's stuff like Triple M, you're going to see this. You can see this inside day here. And the question is back through this broadening formation, because it's a little perplexing, because you got your 312 week, or I mean month, and then inside day and trying to drop back in. So we'll see if that re-breaks and anything comes of it. But really in this environment, it's back and forth day to day until all these inside stuff forms and then breaks, right? Because something's going to happen when that does, and whatever you might be in, that might change conditions. So we did have, you know, like FAS and Friends, a bunch of them trying to go inside week to the upside, but once again, you can see stalling out like that in Visa and MA, right? And then the KRE and all the regional banks and stuff like that. And you can see that on the second day stalling out here. So maybe they go 2-2-2, but at this environment, you know, ideally the reason the Strat Attack is on Tuesday is to see things that opened on Monday and followed through. And a lot of things just reversed and went back into their insideness, which is not good. So one of the things we do have to go on, we can inside day breaks each day. So Tesla was real nice, even with those bad ticks. That was a real nice inside day break to the upside. If we go to tech and see XLK, you can see down in here the slight lower low, the slight higher highs. How do you get out of this lower formation, right? If you go to SMH, here, you can see this didn't even take this out. So here's your lower lows. Here's your slight higher high. Question is, you're going to be able to strong enough to come take this out. So coming in tomorrow, you do have a lot of inside days, like LRCX. You've got AVGO in those semis, Netflix. But once again, Netflix, one of the things we're looking at here, Netflix, what we call the Muller bar problem, right? It is 312 to the downside on the month. It's still there, so that would reconfirm that on the daily, hopefully. But just kind of like on a Tuesday, inside day, 3-1 either way on these things. So a lot of that stuff's going to look like that. You had the dog here also inside now. So all in the nightly videos, but you get the idea. Octa here, potential rev strat back down, 2-day patterns, stalking all this kind of stuff. So the question is with maybe Coop, the question is, do these things have the rally back in them to pull all these things back into the inside weeks or whatever? Or do we get a re-break to the downside with the tech rack, which would be nice. But right now, up in the air. So if we go to Reddit names, GameStop. Oh yeah, and GameStop doing this on the month. Inside month would go inside month to the upside if it breaks 322, moon boy. So we'll see how that goes. But the weekly, as I pointed out today and over the weekend, and it was perfect what we look to do is we look to enter on reversals, and then you can add on continuations. And if you did that, you were able to get GameStop at 53.50 as soon as it broke that. Then you got your inside week last week, and you take out 150, 153, and boom, 246 in 2 days. So just having a basic understanding of what we do can take you a long way. If GameStop's a little too hairy for you, it's also throwing around XRT, right? And so you can see here, the outside week, inside there was a 312, and boom, took it out. And the good thing about that was it causes the inside month to the upside for XRT. So you can watch that to be a little bit mellower. If we go to AMC, and AMC, also the inside monthers, but once again, if you were following those Reddit boys and you were looking for ways to get in on this, the timing was not too hard. Inside week 212 reversal here above 625, and then inside week last week, and you break above 944, and boom, there you go, 1050. If we go to believe it or not, steel, and letter X goes outside, inside, hits its magnitude here, but the good part about that is that it did this, that causes this on the month. Letter X is now 222 on the month, 2 up, 2 down, and taking this out. So as long as it's above this thing here, 2011, we're looking to take that out. So we got a lot of month left to keep an eye on that. Tells you to keep an eye on Nucor. And Nucor, take out last month's highs off the, I believe, directional inside week. Yep, inside week, and you got STLD here. Also taking out last week's highs and last month's highs. So, and then today, you'll get your inside day STLD, so the steel is kind of heating up there a little bit too. So as you see the XRT coming up, and that gets us to, believe it or not, we're going down the food chain here, but Macy's is inside month to the upside. Now you got some distance to take this out, probably some Reddit spiker stuff in there, but you are inside month to the upside. And you've got that outside inside week. Now it hit the magnitude by taking this out, so you want to stay above 1633, but we'll see how that goes. Home Depot, taking out last week's highs. That's something I definitely want to know about, right? Here, above 263.10. The problems which we're seeing is like these tight potential broadening formations on the lower levels, like I just showed you in the Qs and everything. So you can see this. It took out the lows. There was your lower low, and then here's your higher high. So the question is, can you get out of here, or are we going to get stuck? But you do have that weekly to the upside. That's good. You're also green on the month, coming back into the range. So that's a good thing too for that. And that tells us to look at lows. And lows, you can see this chopping around for months and months and months. But you do get to go much like Home Depot and have that reversal here if you're going to go. But there's a lot of buts in this, and that's why we're pulling back on a lot of things and trading what we see during the day, because you're going to see them try the out now and then go shooter. So the question is, it going to be strong enough to use that weekly, or is it going to be weak enough to come back into here and just go into nowhere's land? If we go to Cisco, inside day, but Cisco is above last week's highs. It's an outside week 3 too, so you can come up into here. We want to stay above that, but that's good, especially when you have all that tech that got wrecked last week, and Cisco was not one of them. Right now they go inside day, and on the month, potentially you've got your outside month now. It took down, now it changed color. Now it's coming back through potential 3 to try and take it up through here. That would be 49.34 if you can get Cisco going, because we also had Oracle going with the tech wreck, still going up. So last week, real nice, and then still exhaustion risk by going into the highs. We know that, and that's where it stalls out. Doesn't mean it's going to get killed. It just stalls out a little bit. We could use a little triangle out over there. If we go to DBX, and DBX on the monthly is going to look like this. Here's the broadening formation. Tried to get out last month, right, and came back in. Now the question is, are the buyers stepping up now? It's like maybe stop some guys out, but the buyers didn't step up. Now it looks like they might be stepping up to try and get out of here. DBX has been a lot higher in the past. It's always important. And if we look at the weekly, you're above last week. That's good. And you still got some magnitude to try and take this out. So if you look at the daily, let's see this here. So this is higher than that, so that's good. So it's upper level triangle trying to come up through that. But like I said, on a Tuesday, I want to see 2 days of buying. On 2, All right, that tells me somebody showed up on Monday and they came back on Tuesday, right? And if they're going to came back on Tuesday, they might come back on Wednesday. If we go to Big Mo, MO, 2 up days, and one of these things we look for is used to be somebody. So you can see, target the out, 2-2, bam. 2 and 2, bam, right? So they've been pounding this thing. Now she's coming back up through previous range. That's good, right? That's a good thing. That's what I might want to know about, so we can keep in mind. Big Mo. The cheese catch-up. Kraft Heinz has a quarterly signal that's still in force, the inside quarter to the upside, and trying to get out of all this, all right? So if you go to the weekly, you'll see this here. 2 weeks inside here. So once again, the question is, were they just stopping some guys out? Oops. Just stopping some guys out in here, and so these two became a compound one. These two stayed inside the mother bar. So when it broke here, now it's a compound 1-2 to the upside above 38.88 for the rest of this week, and so we'll see what comes of that. If we go to box, nice day today, and you can see this. This always gets my attention. This, all right, that's a nice day, and what that did was it triggered this. Triggered the Rev Strat month coming back through pivot machine gun month. There's here. Anybody short against here. Now we're coming after these guys. Inside bar, pokes down, boom. Rev Strat month over 1950. That was a real nice move there, so we'll see if that continues. If we go to NLOK. And NLOK, see they're stuck in the monthly, stuck in this middle stuff in here, but it does do this. Triangle the out. And triangle the out. So you might have a little bit more to come up and take this out on the inside week, the 2-1-2 reversal to the upside. If we go to ESI, and ESI here, I'm trying to go measured move monthly. So you got an inside bar. It's installed out for 2 months, then it went inside, and then boom, now it's coming out through that. You have a little bit of exhaustion risk. It has been in the high 20s before, so we'll see if we can get the measured move of this. Up, sideways, measured move, ESI. If we go to Domino's Pizza. Domino's Pizza went green on the month today, coming back through the previous range. 2-2 weekly reversal, 2 down, 2 up. Now the only problem with that is how it did it. So if you go up into here, yeah. So here you can see this. It goes out bright green, so everybody's going to say it looks good. That I understand, but you're going to see this. The lower low and now the higher high. Can you get out of this is what I want to know about right there. If we go to PFPT. Same deal. You can see this. Boom. Triangle the out and triangle the out here, right? However, it is back to green on the month. Something we'd want to know about. Potential outside month. And 2-2 reversal on the week, so that's still there. If we go to the healthcare, they backed off today. Potential shooters here. Daily UNH and ANTM here, so that's a little concerning to me on a Tuesday. But they did have some nice monthly breaks to start off. Here, it hit its magnitude. This is what we look for, ANTM. Outside, 2 down, 3-2-2, bam. There you go. So it hit its magnitude, so some of these stalling out, but they showed earlier strength. We'll see if that recovers. If you go to ITRI, dear Lord, there we go. Give us an outside month there, right? It's puking hard on the week. Here you go. This is probably a pattern you're going to want to look for. The outside bar, 3-2-2, bam. These two become an outside bar of that. So it already did that. It hit its magnitude there, but you got a little bit more to be an outside month. We'll see if this thing keeps it puking. It was a rough day here. Look at this thing. Reversing all of this. So we'll see how that goes. If you go to EVBG, you're going to see this inside day down in here. So it couldn't really get going today with the market coming back. And if you look at the monthly here, if you can get this re-break of here, this I believe is Rev Strat month to the downside below 130.38. So if we'd want to break that using that inside day. If we go to some of the big druggies here too, the NVAX, boom, still that monthly shooter down for the week. still inside. So we're going to be aware of that. It just couldn't really get going, and now you got an inside day here, right? So you had an inside, 3 days inside of this, but that monthly still in force, and so that would get my attention if we can start going into full time frame counting to the downside with Moderna. Here also inside day, still holding those monthly breaks here. So long as this is below 136, like a lot of things here, we're going to be very cautious of this. Inside weeks, that's not good. All right, so we've got a lot of inside weeks forming. We've got things changing each day, as you can see here. So when you're forming inside bars, we can expect reversals back and forth, and that's why we're going to watch those 60s, because we can expect things to go back and forth. So it seemed like the market was just going to go up all day and then peter out at the end of the day, and that's not what happened. You went inside on the 60 and dropped back in, right? Kind of like yesterday, where it was like, oh, big rally all day, and then boom, 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 right? Down it went. So you can expect stuff like that. So mind your 60s, right? Know what you're up against in the 60-minute chart. Are you trading a reversal? Is it continuing? Is it forming a 3? Because it's changing every hour what we're going after, outside of some of these stories that we're going to wait for some earnings and all that kind of good stuff. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith, the Smith Black Channel here at Ticker Talk with Strat Attack.